Hello, it's Dr. Dave. We're going to talk about some October hymns. First one is for October 6th, ELW number 876, Let the Whole Creation Cry. The tune is Salzburg. It was written by Jakob Hinz, who lived from 1622 to 1702. And it appeared in later editions of Johann Kruger's Praxis Pietatis Mellica, which was a hymnal. Stopford Brooke was an Irish Anglican priest in the 19th century, and he wrote the text, Let the Whole Creation Cry. We'll be singing a tune called Blue Green Hills of Earth on October 6th. This was part of the Missa Gaia, which was a mass commissioned by the Cathedral of St. John the Divine in New York in the early 1980s. It was co-written by several musicians, including Paul Winter, who's a jazz saxophonist, and Paul Halley, who was the music director and organist at the cathedral, as well as others. The tune itself, The Blue Green Hills, was written by Kim Oler, who was a Broadway composer. The work was premiered on the Feast of St. Francis in 1982 at the Cathedral of St. John the Divine, featuring the Paul Winter Consort, the great organ of the cathedral, the choir and choristers, as well as soloists and orchestra. It was quite the undertaking. There was a recording made, and I'm going to put a link in the description below this video so that you can click on that and hear a recording of the original recording. Of course, we're not going to have the Paul Winter Consort and the great organ and the choir and choristers and orchestra. We're just going to have the piano, but it's still a lovely tune. Another tune we're going to be singing on October 6th is ELW 835, All Creatures Worship God Most High. The tune is Lasst uns erfreuen, and it was first published in 1623 in a Catholic hymnal by Friedrich Spee, who was an influential Jesuit priest. And it had a Counter-Reformation text, which obviously is not included in our hymnal. The tune was first included in an English hymnal and edited and arranged by Raphael Williams with the text Ye Watchers and Ye Holy Ones in 1906. It was paired with William Henry Draper's paraphrase of the Canticle of the Sun, which is the text we're singing, in 1919. ELW 684, Creating God, Your Fingers Trace, will be the offertory hymn throughout October. William Walker's tune Prospect for this hymn is from the Southern Harmony, which is an American shape note hymnal from 1835. These hymns were sung a cappella, with the hymn tune usually in the tenor part rather than in the soprano. The evangelical Lutheran worship and other modern hymnals have reharmonized it for modern use. The text was written by Geoffrey Rawthorne, who was an Anglican priest from Wales. He moved to the USA and studied at Union Seminary, New York in 1961, and in 1987 he was made bishop of the Diocese of Connecticut. On October 13th, we will sing ELW 843, Praise the One Who Breaks the Darkness. The hymn tune is Nettleton, which we sing often with Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing, which was the original text. And it was first published as a new tune without any composer listed in John Wyeth's Repository of Sacred Music, published in 1813. Wyeth was a compiler and publisher of shape note hymns, and Nettleton is one of these. Although the hymn was published without naming a composer, Nettleton has also been attributed to Isaiah Nettleton, who lived from 1783 to 1844 and who was a well-known evangelical preacher of the early 19th century. The text, Praise the One Who Breaks the Darkness, was written by Rusty Edwards, a Midwestern Lutheran pastor. He was born in Illinois in 1955, and he graduated the Minnesota Lutheran Northwestern Seminary and also the Graduate Theological Foundation in Indiana, earning his doctorate. After this, he pastored a handful of churches in the Midwest for 27 years. On October 20th, we will sing ELW 526, God is Here. This was a tune written by Cyril Taylor, who was born in 1907 in Lancashire and was a chorister at Magdalen College and in Oxford, and studied at Christ Church, Oxford, as well as the Westcott House in Cambridge, and was ordained a priest of the Church of England in 1932. Taylor composed Abbott's Lay, which is the tune's name, in May of 1941 when he was working with the Religious Broadcasting Department of the BBC. The BBC had received complaints about the use of the tune Austria, which is the tune of the Austrian national anthem, during the time of war, a tune which was then set to Glorious Things of You Are Spoken. Thus, Taylor originally composed his tune for that text. Abbott's Lay was published in Hymns Ancient and Modern, revised in 1950. Abbott's Lay is named for a village near Bristol, England, where Taylor composed the tune, as Bristol was the wartime headquarters for the BBC. Fred Pratt Green is one of the 20th century's most notable hymn writers. Several of his texts are included in our hymnal. He was born in Lancashire in 1903 and was ordained a Methodist minister in 1928. His hymns show a rejection of fundamentalism and show his concern with social issues. We will sing his text, The Church of Christ in Every Age, on the following Sunday, October 27th, Reformation Sunday. And that's ELW 729. On October 27th, Reformation Sunday, we will, of course, sing ELW 504, A Mighty Fortress is Our God. This is the best-known hymn of Martin Luther. He wrote both tune and text for the newly Reformed Church between 1527 and 1529. Many composers since have used the tune in their compositions. Three notable are J.S. Bach's Cantata No. 80 for Reformation Sunday, the final movement of Mendelssohn's Symphony No. 5, the Reformation Symphony, and the epic post-romantic chorale Fantasy über eine feste Burg for organ solo by Max Reger. Those three pieces all have YouTube videos, so I will list them below in the description and post a link so that you can click on the link and listen to the music that I've mentioned.